Why Elon Musk fires people every day. Elon Musk is infamous for being a cutthroat boss who's prone to occasional rageouts. Among all his different companies, it's even reported that he averages firing someone once a day. Join us in this video as taking a look at his mannerisms, tastes, and feeling more so in dealing with his staff employees. You can pause for a moment to click the subscribe button and the notification bell to receive more interesting content from this channel. Recently, he personally fired the managers of SpaceX's Starlink project for being too slow. Interestingly, Jeff Bezos quickly hired them. Maybe this could explain why Jeff Bezos is still years away from launching a single satellite, while Starlink has already 1,600 plus satellites in orbit and is ready to start providing global internet service. But where does this appetite for firing employees come from? Could it be happy traced to something about who Elon Musk really is? Yes, in all probability, it is attributive to his personal feelings and taste, personal experience and tact, his principles and manner of operation. And this must be the secret behind the growth of his empire, because he seems to be winning all the time. So, what actually he looks for in every prospective employee is one having kind of similar principles and mindset. Perhaps he feels that the lack of or by the loss of these qualities could be fatal to the progress of his companies. So how does Elon recruit in the first place? To get a good feel of who he is hiring, he takes the pains of personally interviewing every individual at SpaceX. About 500 employees had a similar approach during his time at PayPal. He says he looks for a positive attitude in people who are easy to work with. Easy to work with, otherwise, he says, your job is going to be quite miserable. That sounds a worthy take-home for employers. What do I look for? It depends on the task, he said in a 2014 interview with AutoBuild.tv. What I'm really looking for is evidence of exceptional ability. Do they face really difficult problems and overcome them? And of course, you want to make sure if there was some significant accomplishment. Were they really responsible, or was someone else more responsible? Usually, someone who really had to struggle with the problem. They really understand it and they don't forget. With the nature of work his companies undertake in all its complexities, it demands indeed people with strong problem-solving abilities. He will ask you about the story of your life, the problems you encountered, and how you solved them to get a good feeling you. He would do the same with your career life. Elon believes that the tact you manifested in solving your life and career problems would be replicated once he employs you. To fumble with words means you are not sure, or you have forgotten, or a poor problem solver, and you lose your chance. Degrees and honors are not necessary. You don't entertain the idea that because your academic credentials are flowery, you are enjoined to enjoy some kind of immunity working under Musk. For unless you prove to be an asset to the company worth keeping, your pride could be drafting your dismissal letter. He once said in an interview that he is not particular about a college degree or honors, but rather what kind of person standing before him. He wants to employ competent staff as fast as he can find them, and also in the same breath lose many who are not worth keeping. There is no need to even have a college degree, he said. If you look at people like Bill Gates, Larry Ellison, or Steve Jobs, these guys didn't graduate from college. He reiterates that he is looking for people with exceptional ability. While achievements that happened in college can be evidence of it, life experiences can be as well. Passionate employees who love what you're doing as their employer and ultimately what they're or will be doing as employees. He always wants to put a team together who are not so much after paychecks than getting work done, who spent more time on the factory floor than in the boardroom, in customer service than in the restroom, those who intend to make their products as amazing as possible rather than wasting too much time on PowerPoint and slides. People who are innovative, not the type that is content with status quo, but finds a new way of doing things. Musk asks the controversial brain teaser question. For a short period of time, riddle-like brain teasers were popular in job interviews. They were popularized by Google, but the company eventually stopped asking them after learning they were ineffective. But Musk still asks them. The purpose of these types of questions is not necessary to measure the candidate's intelligence by seeing if they get the right answer. Instead, you can get a sense of their problem-solving abilities by observing how they arrive at a solution. But Musk is doing a little of both when he asks this question. He wants to see if the candidate thinks about the problem from every angle and comes up with both the obvious and obscure answers. During an interview with Henry Ford, Musk says that people have been fired from SpaceX for being difficult to work with. Being a good team player is a common job requirement, but it's interesting that a company that seeks the brightest minds has a no-jerks policy. You can indeed be a rocket scientist, but Musk will have no interest in hiring you if he senses you might be rude to colleagues. That goes to show that a collaborative work environment is present in even the most successful companies. And just the other day Elon bought Twitter, nearly 50% of the staff was furloughed and replaced with employees that he trusts. It was a wave that began early with 2 senior Twitter staff before the deal was consummated. He presently continues to crack the whip following his $44 billion takeover of the social media giant. It doesn't sound strange, especially with the manners we have just seen. The COVID pandemic, with all its lockdown and new restrictions, had also its share of drama. Honestly speaking, Musk has been a COVID skeptic from the start. His order makes it apparent. So should we be surprised? Musk is a demanding boss. If you know they're going to be working with Elon Musk, know that that fellow is incredibly smart and is used to working with the world's smartest and most accomplished people. So sharpen before you're sharpened. Diamonds are created under pressure, and Elon Musk is a master diamond maker. He knows you will exceed your own expectations if he keeps the heat on. It's purposeful and it's brilliant. It is his style.